everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I thought I would do a week in my uni life, so taking you through what I do for uni when I have classes, managing classes at home and in person, especially like COVID in Australia obviously isn't, I don't want to be like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, people obviously still like being affected by it and unfortunately like getting really sick and stuff, but we are starting our vaccine rollout and everything, so we are one of the more healthier states, I guess, like nations, I guess, in terms of dealing with it. I feel like we've dealt with it like a lot better than some places. Going onto campus at university, we still have to take all the COVID precautions as well. We're still wearing masks where we can't social distance at uni. We don't necessarily have to wear masks at uni, but if we are in a tutorial or a lecture room where there is not enough space to social distance, we have to wear a mask. And then also managing classes at home, time management, how to take like the most beneficial notes, I don't know if beneficial is the right word, so that you're like getting the most out of your classes as well. So yeah, I thought in this video I would just take you along, show you guys what I do in a week of uni at home and on campus as well. That starts this morning, so it's 8:48 and I have a 9:30 lecture, which is a while away, but I thought that I would show you guys quickly what I do to prepare for my lectures and how I organize my notes. Organization, that's the right word. Organizational tip for studying at home. So yeah, I'm going to show you how I organize my notes. I'm going to give you guys some tips of the best way I found to do notes as well. So I actually use like 2 different devices to take my notes. Well, technically like 3. So I have OneNote, which I use to take all my lecture notes as well, and then I use Notably on my iPad to take screenshots or photos of readings and then write on the iPad with the readings. So because I have a lecture this morning, I'm going to show you guys what I do for that. So I use my computer as well as my laptop, which I could just use my laptop for, but it's so much faster on my computer, but I don't know how to take screenshots on this computer, so I go and then take all the screenshots on my laptop. So pretty much I will show you guys. So I'll just go log into my uni. So I'll log into my uni and I will also log into Office to get up. I have a OneNote that's just pretty much psychology, and I haven't completed this one, but you guys can see, where's one that I have done? Yeah, this one that I've done. So what I normally do is I will go in to my course. Okay, so I'll go into the unit that I am doing and I will go in and find the week that we are up to. So we're up to week 3 already, and I will download the lecture slides. Sorry if you can hear rustling in the background, Gandalf is just literally going crazy right now. So what I will then do, and I will fast forward through me doing this for you guys, but pretty much I will just scroll down and each lecture slide, why is it not letting me? There we go. Each lecture slide I will just copy and paste onto my notes, and oh, wrong page, and I will leave a gap through each one, so it's kind of a new paragraph. Now what I would do when I come to slides that are like this, that have this photo, I don't know how to take a screenshot on a PC and I only know how to take one on a Mac. I would normally take a screenshot of this photo and put it in my notes. So what I do for the time being is I just write photo, and that means that when I'm going back through it on my laptop, I can see, okay, I've done all of this and then I've gotten to a photo, and then I'll go and find the slide, take a screenshot of it and plonk it in like what I've done with this one and this one here. So yeah, I'm gonna go through and do that, and then I'll show you guys how I set it all up, and then we'll move on to my Mac and I'll show you guys how I go through and do the photos. Alrighty, so now that that's done, what I like to do now is I make the text bubble longer, and I also change everything in the text bubble to Arial and size 11. I like this font. It's just like nice and big and clear, and I tried to do notes with fancy fonts before, so like let me find one that I haven't changed. like a font like this, and it just doesn't work. You just need something large and in charge, pretty much. So then what I do, I pretty much go through and put everything in its little dot point. So I don't want everything to just be strung along like this. It makes it really, really hard to read. Also go and change through any spelling mistakes, although this is like this does have the American spelling, so some things will be spelt wrong. I don't change those. I probably shouldn't have changed this one up here. But yeah, I'm just gonna go through and make sure everything is nice and easy to read and laid out correctly, because it doesn't really put it in the dot points for you, which is a little bit annoying, but I can just do that myself. So I will go through and do that, and then while I'm doing that, anything that is a heading I will put in bold and I will put in blue, because later on when I go to add my own notes to this, I'll be putting it in blue as well. So anything that's black comes from the lecture notes, and then anything that is blue has either come from me adding it in, from the lecturer reading something that wasn't in the lecture notes that like the extra bits that weren't in the lecture notes, as well as in the lecture. You guys will see that I will put it in, but if anyone has a question like in this lecture here, I will show you guys. Okay, I don't know why it's not loading. Oh well, I will show you guys anyway. So I'm gonna go through and do that now as well. And then also quickly, anything that's like a subheading I will just put in bold, but I won't necessarily make it blue. So any of these like little definitions or anything, I will put in bold as well. Just thought I would add that in there as well. Okay, so I'm just on my iPad now, and then what I'm going to be doing is pretty much the same thing as before, going into that document that I created in my OneNote. Here we are, and now I'm just going to go down and look for anything that says photo, and I'm going to be going into this lecture note, and pretty much as soon as it finds it, I'm going to be taking a little screenshot of it and then placing it where it should go. And then I can start to get rid of these little reminders as well. Alrighty, now that that's done, I'm pretty much ready for my lecture. So I would definitely recommend not having to like use your laptop and a different computer to do this. Like obviously if you know how to take screenshots of stuff on the device you're using, like do that. I'm just like, I don't know how to do it. It's easy on a Mac, so I just do it on my MacBook, but it's easier to copy and paste everything off the PC. Now I have all of this, and the reason that I put all of the lecture notes into my document before the actual lecture is because it's actually so much better for your study if you already have all of the notes in front of you, so that you're not trying to write down the notes and what the lecturer is saying. You already have everything, like you're pretty much pre-prepared. You already have everything that's going to come up in the lecture slide, so all you need to do is add to it, and then that's what I do underneath each section. So each paragraph represents a different slide of the lecturer's notes, and then underneath each paragraph is when I'm going to write my additional notes in blue, so that I know that that's all the extra information that she's talking about, and I'm not wasting time writing stuff that's on the slide and missing stuff that she's going to be saying in the lecture. I also give myself room for questions underneath by making sure that like everything's already there, meaning if someone asks an interesting question, I can copy and paste it from the chat and put it in under the correct slide as well. So yeah, that's how I organize my notes for lectures, and then later on in the week I will let you guys know how I do it for tutorials as well. So my lecture is going to start in about 10 minutes, which means the virtual room is probably going to be ready. So let's see you guys onto this screen while I get it up. So I'm done with my laptop now, so I'm going to actually get out of it because I don't need it for the lecture, because I'm going to be using the computer. And yeah, so with university being online, we have virtual rooms. So pretty much the lecturer is going to be this little person down here, and then these are the lecture slides, but also we do have a group chat, as well as you can see everyone who's going to be in attendance as well. Yeah, that's my lecture. I'm going to probably do like a fast forward through this while I'm actually doing my lecture. So I will see you guys afterwards. Okay, so it's actually the next morning. So yesterday I pretty much did my lecture, and honestly that was it. So I just have the one class on Monday now. I actually unenrolled in one unit that I was struggling with it, but I don't want it to like sound like I was struggling so then I quit. It was like I just felt that because I was struggling with it, I couldn't dedicate enough time to it to really like put in the effort to understand the concept with 3 other units. So I think I might even do it in the winter by itself so that I can dedicate the whole winter semester towards it. Obviously the winter semester is like a shortened period of time. It's like half a normal semester, so you are doing 2 weeks in one, but I feel like if I'm only doing one unit, I'm only surrounded by the concepts of one unit, and nothing's getting like mixed up. And it is a statistics unit which I'm not very good with. I did one last semester and like didn't do so well with it. So I don't have any classes Monday afternoon, which I would normally have, and I don't have any classes Wednesday morning. I mean Tuesday afternoon that I would normally have doing that class. I just feel like I need to like do it at some point, but obviously because I need to do it for my degree, but dedicate like the time to it by itself, so without the other units. So I'm just focusing on the 3 units for now, and potentially if I get a full-time job I will have to get rid of another unit so that I'm only doing 2. So that one was going to go anyway, so I feel like it's just a good decision for me to be able to keep on track of everything if I'm not doing that unit, if that makes sense. So I have a 9:30 lecture this morning. It is 8:47, and I'm pretty much going to be doing the same thing that I did yesterday, copying all my notes across, then doing my lecture. I will actually film this lecture for you because I think it's going to be a little bit more interesting. The reason I didn't film yesterday is actually it turned out to be quite a boring lecture. I'm not going to lie, but that's uni. Some lectures are boring, you just got to push through, and some are really exciting, and some tutorials are really exciting as well. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, yesterday I kind of just like did my lecture and I was like, that's uni done for today. I do want to obviously do my readings and stuff ahead of time, which means I'm going to have to do them today and tomorrow morning. The lecture that I have the most reading for only has a tutorial every 2nd week, so I don't have a tutorial for that unit today, this week, so I have some time to catch up on the reading, so I can take you through how I'm going to do that either today or tomorrow as well. I won't film it because I filmed it yesterday, but I'm going to copy and paste all the notes across, and then we can add stuff in the lecture. Okay, I've gone to enter the virtual room to do my lecture, and there's a notification saying this lecture has been pre-recorded. So I'm not having a virtual lecture, but I was still filming, taking maybe some extra notes and film the lecture as well. But all like asking questions and getting other people's questions and putting them in my notes and stuff, I can't do for this lecture because it's been pre-recorded, which I don't really like. But that's alright. Obviously something happened and it had to be pre-recorded. So yeah, well, it's 9:30, so I could have just done this whenever, but I may as well do this on the allocated time. But I guess the good thing about pre-recording is if someone's talking really slow, you can put it in 1.5 speed or 2 speed, depending on how you want to do that. But yeah, alrighty, let's go. Okay, so I finished up my lecture and I may or may not have just placed a Shein order. Yeah, anyway, so I just bought like a whole heap of stuff for winter. So, which means I'm going to be doing a massive, and I'm justifying, again, not related to uni, justifying myself is I'm gonna sell lots of my summer clothes and my winter clothes that I'm not going to be wearing. But I am just watching a YouTube video at the moment. I haven't had anything to eat yet and I have to leave in about 45 minutes to head to uni, so I'm probably going to make something to eat, like an omelette or something, and then I will bring you guys to uni with me. Yeah, let's do that, and then I will check in with you next when I'm leaving. Happy Wednesday, everybody. So it is the next day and I am about to head to uni, so I have another class today, but I thought I would head there and do some notes and stuff as well, do some more reading, take a textbook as well. And yeah, my class isn't until 12:30, so I have a little bit of time, but I thought I may as well head there and do some work and all that kind of stuff. So I'm about to pack my bag because it's full of work stuff, because I used it to change out of my work gear yesterday. But yeah, that's what I'm wearing. And I'm going to head off as well. Oh, actually I might cut some watermelon up and take it with me. Okay, so I'm at uni. I was actually going to study for like the half an hour or like 40 minutes that I had before class at the cafe, but there were absolutely no tables, so I'm actually in the classroom, but it's empty because again, my lectures, tutorials are for like another half an hour. So this is our tutorial room. Obviously it's empty, but yeah, this is the room. So I have orange juice and I also have the watermelon that I cut up, but I'm pretty much just going to do some readings, do some notes and stuff, and then I have to head to work afterwards. But when I get home I will show you guys my notes and how I take notes for my readings rather than my lectures. Alright, so I am home now, but I thought that I would just go through with you guys how I take my notes for tutorials and for like online classes rather than the lectures that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. So I did have a video where I briefly did run through this, so it'll be my self-care video, which I will link up here as well as in the description. So if you've already seen that, then this might be a bit repetitive, but just go through the applications that I use to take notes and stuff. So I use Notably and I use OneNote, and then I use the university app or website as well. So pretty much what I do is I go into Notably, and if I have a online text, I will take screenshots of the sections that I want to include in my notes, or if I have than my actual physical textbook, I will take a picture on my iPad and just crop the section that I want. So I'll show you guys here. So this is my psychology across the lifespan notes for tutorials. So alrighty, so this is the section that I've taken a screenshot on the iPad, and then I use the little highlighter tool. So it's just this one here. You can click the thickness and then also the color, and then I just use that to highlight as well. Also another tip is if that you do a line with the highlighter and hold it down, you can actually create a straight line as well. So that's what I've done for all of these. And then if I do have any notes to include, I'll draw little arrows. I'll draw little arrows and write notes as well. And then there might even be sections like down here, where it's just been easier to write a sentence from the textbook rather than screenshotting a whole page and cropping it for one sentence. So that's what I've done with readings that are online, and I can take screenshots. And then this is one that I've done where I've had to take screenshots of the physical textbook. Again, like I said, sometimes it's easier just to write out the notes as well. So yeah, I've just been taking screenshots, highlighting them and chucking the notes next to them as well. Here I did a massive set of notes instead of taking a photo of the text. But this is such an effective way, I reckon, that I've just found to take my notes. And everything that's in the textbook, I can either add my own notes, add something that I remember from the lecture, and then relate it back to something that I see in the text as well. This is how I take my notes. And then also, again, revising experiments as well. You guys would have seen this is what I was doing the other day. So this is the Stanford prison experiment. And I also then just found it interesting to go and then relate it back to the National Statement of Ethical Conduct in Human Research and the ethical considerations that need to be taken into consideration for psychological experiments today, and then how that impacts experiments today and how we didn't used to have that. And so the differences between experiments that took place when we didn't have that and now we do. So that's what this all is. So I've just taken little sections of the conduct statement and just written next to them what I think the implications of not having that would have been on the experiment where this hadn't come to action yet. And then again, going through the experiment, writing down notes, relating it back to that, and then relating it to also other areas of psychology as well. Yeah, a lot of screenshots, a lot of writing, combining different elements into one as well. So then I can do that, and then I also use OneNote because if there's anything relating back to the lecture in the tutorial that I don't have my laptop for, I can then go in and I can go and see the lecture notes. If there was something that I wanted to comment on in a tutorial that related to the lecture notes, I can find the lecture notes that we have, and something that I wanted to talk about, just say I wanted to talk about this table, I could actually then physically find it to relate back to it. As well as if anything happens in the lecture, I can then add in the tutorial, then I can add to the lecture notes if need be through this, either with my Apple Pen or just type in underneath as well. So I think might have been in a different one. So you guys can see we had to fill out this activity in the tutorial after the lecture. So I just went in with the pen and then filled out this little speech bubble and then added some notes to it based on a question that was asked in the tutorial that then related to the lecture. So yeah, that's how I do my notes for university. So I'm probably going to end the video here. I have some other things I need to do today, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video coming along with me for university and my lectures and my tutorials and everything, coming on campus with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope some of my tips were at least a little bit helpful. Let me know if you use a similar method, or if you try this and you like it, or if you have any tips for me as well, because I'm always wanting to get better at organization and productivity and everything like that. So let me know, and make sure to like and subscribe down below, as well as follow me on my social medias, which will be in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.